491 by Senator Laval. This bill would require SUNY Research Foundation employees to fill out financial disclosures pursuant to Section 73A of the Public Officers Law and make the salaries of such employees open to the public. There is a memo of support from NYSUD and a memo of opposition from SUNY. If this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
You have to love this.
I love this. Because the courts have held that SUNY can't avoid freedom of information whether there are public agencies.
So, any comments, any negative votes?
No negative votes.
Bill is reported.
The second bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 524 by Senator Laval. This bill would require that when a tree is removed from a SUNY campus, another tree must be planted to ensure environmental stability. There are no memos of support or opposition. If this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
Okay. Any comments?
Question.
Yes.
Question. It applies to firefighters, but not...
No. We're on the tree bill.
It's Johnny.
Oh, I'm
Second
sorry.
Yeah, we wouldn't want our firefighters burning up the
trees,
tree or
right,
chopping down trees.
Do we have to call you Johnny Appleseed now?
I actually, I've done this before. I get a little disoriented when I see a tree being cut down. Yeah, I really do. They serve such a great purpose, and people seem to be very indifferent about the purpose that our trees serve. So,
Move the bill.
okay?
Both the phone,
And
wouldn't
I think we
it spare this tree, touch not a single bough? Something that a youth had sheltered me. That's right.
That's right.
We have one no vote from Senator Ort and 3 without recommendations, 1 from Senator Gallivan, Senator Griffo, and Senator Krueger.
Bill is reported. Now we're on the firefighters.
Yeah, I just got a question. Is there any reason that volunteer ambulances were not included?
That is a question I'll have to take back to the sponsor.
Second question. I will support the bill. It applies only to SUNY, but not CUNY.
Again, that was the sponsor's choice, and that I will take that back to the sponsor.
Lastly, the student has to be matriculated. And they have to agree to work for a New York Volunteer Fire Company for 5 years afterwards. It says for full-time. That may be a little course.
I will take that back to the
But I will
sponsor.
vote on it.
Okay. So there are 3 things that we're taking back to the sponsor. Any other questions, comments, negative votes?
Without recommendations, Senator Krueger.
Okay, bill is reported. To finance. Senator Stavisky.
The fourth bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 3188 by Senator Stavisky. This bill would create the Higher Education Community Service Act to promote volunteer service by higher education students and create a Council for Higher Education Community Service to oversee a center with a clearinghouse of information about community service opportunities across the state. There is a memo of support from the Red Cross. There are no memos of opposition. And if this bill is reported, it will be referred to finance.
Move the bill.
Okay. Any negative votes?
2 without recommendations, Senator Krueger and Senator Peralta.
Okay, bill is reported to finance. Senator Young's bill.
The fifth bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 4089B by Senator Young. This bill would allow the SUNY Board of Trustees to designate certain schools to allow non-resident undergraduate students to pay separate tuition rates at those institutions. There is a memo of support from SUNY. There are no memos of opposition, and if this bill is reported, it will be referred to finance.
Move the bill.
Okay, any comments?
The only comment I have is this is very similar to the other bill that we did last week or the week before.
This is a,
It's like a differential tuition kind of concept.
it is,
And I like the idea.
this bill responds to our SUNY schools on the borders. And so that they can be competitive, it allows them to charge a lesser out-of-state tuition. You're looking at me
No.
and, okay.
There's a minimum, but no maximum. And that was the only
That
question.
is, you're
I'm fine.
absolutely correct about that.
Yeah.
There is a cap on the maximum. There is no cap on how low they can go. This was a SUNY recommendation.
includes
That's why,
Canada, which is, I find interesting.
Let's
well,
see,
because
Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh
That's
and
right.
Potsdam are practically,
Closer to Ottawa than Albany.
I once recommended Plattsburgh to my nephew and took him up there. And he said, I like the school. He said, but we're almost in Canada.
So we went to McGill.
Okay, any other comments? Negative votes, bill is reported.
There's two, I need to clarify, on the last bill, there was one without recommendation, that was Senator Ort. On this bill, without recommendation is Kruger and Senator Peralta.
Okay,
Okay.
this bill goes to finance. Next bill?
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 4820B by Senator Laval. This bill would establish licensure for genetic counselors. There is a memo of support from the Genetic Counselor Licensure Task Force. There are no memos in opposition, and if this bill is reported, it will be referred to finance.
Okay, any comments? Negative votes?
Two without recommendation, Senator Kruger and Peralta.
Okay, bill is reported to finance.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 5791 by Senator Laval. This bill would allow a professional conduct officer to examine and obtain patient or client records and investigations by SED in the case of a professional misconduct proceeding. All records would remain confidential, and SED or its employees may not disclose patient or client names unless there is express consent. There are no memos of support or opposition. If this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
Any comments? Negative votes?
We have one negative vote from Senator Ort and two without recommendations, one from Senator Kruger, one from Senator Peralta.
Okay, bill is reported.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 6535 by Senator Abella. This bill would require the SUNY and CUNY boards of trustees to review and revise the report of the New York State Governor's Task Force on Campus Fire Safety that was issued in July 2000. There are no memos of support or opposition. If this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
Move the bill. Comments?
Three without recommendations, one from Senator Griffo, one from Senator Seward, and one from Senator Kruger.
Okay, bill is reported. Senator Golden's bill.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 6552A by Senator Golden. This bill would extend the expiration of provisions relating to restricted dental faculty licenses to 2019 and would require a report proposing legislation to address the shortage of New York-trained dentists pursuing academic careers in New York. There are no memos of support or opposition. If this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
I actually met with the deans on this bill, and we kind of constructed this bill so they're in support. It's their language. Any other comments? Negative votes?
One without recommendation, Senator Ort.
Okay, bill is reported.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 6837A by Senator Marcelino. This bill would authorize SUNY College at Westbury to lease lands for the construction and operation of a child care center. There is a memo of support from SUNY. There are no memos of opposition, and if this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
Any comments? Yes,
Who owns the land?
the university.
So why do they
That's
need
why-
legislation?
Is this land that has been set aside, or?
Yes.
Is it similar to the purchase?
No, it's, I think it's different in that there were, the last bill that we did for Old Westbury, we set land aside.
Okay.
So whether this is a piece of that set aside,
No problem. I'm just curious
Yeah.
as to who owns the land.
okay.
Okay.
Any other comments, negative votes?
No.
Bill is reported.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 6929A by Senator DeFrancisco. This bill would extend limited licenses for clinical laboratory technology for 2 years. There is a memo of opposition from 1199 SEIU. There are no memos of support, and if this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
This is not the first time we've extended this, right?
No. But the agreement was to go from 3 years to 2 years of an extension instead.
Okay. All right, any other, yeah, Senator Stavisky?
Without recommendation.
Okay. Any other,
And we have 3 no votes, one from Senator Krueger, one from Senator Peralta, and one from Senator Rivera.
okay. Bill is reported.
Change me to a nay.
That one?
7791.
Next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 7791 by Senator Laval. This bill would provide for criminal history background checks and fingerprinting for persons licensed or registered as professionals in New York State under the jurisdiction of the State Education Department. This would also provide for the SED Commissioner to have the power to summarily suspend an individual's license in the case where a licensee is causing or engaging in conduct that constitutes an imminent danger to the health and/or safety of the people. This would also allow access to patient or client records in the course of an investigation into professional misconduct while protecting the confidentiality of the patient or client. There are no memos of support. There are memos of opposition from the New York State Society of Professional Engineers and the Medical Society. If this bill is reported, it will be referred to Finance.
This, don't you tell them of the outgrowth of this bill?
We had been contacted, and there was an investigative report into nurse discipline by the group ProPublica, and this has spurred working with SED to come up with legislation to address a lot of the issues that were brought up through this investigation. Many states have the ability to summarily suspend licenses in case where imminent danger has been caused. New York is not one of them at this time, so that would address that issue. And also, we believe that healthcare professions especially need background checks in order to make sure that the patients are protected and that there is a safety factor there.
Are there members of support, or, I'm sorry,
There are
members?
no
No.
memos
Okay.
of support.
or opposition?
Yep, 2 noes.
Oh, okay.
Question.
I would have thought that, has the SED stopped weighing in on bills?
At this time, they are weighing in on this bill as far as technical advice. They had developed it with us.
But they don't, I haven't heard.
They didn't file a memo in support, that's the question, one of the
Yeah.
questions.
I have not.
They actually worked with us on this bill, so I'm, 'cause someone said that they're not doing that anymore.
I have never seen them file memos of support
No,
as
it
of recently.
doesn't matter. Opposition or support. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's a policy that they no longer issue memos
Yeah.
one way or the other, that they provide technical assistance, but this is actually a bill that we work very closely with them on. So if they could issue a memo of support, my guess would be that.
That's why I was surprised. I had heard they stopped doing that.
Yes.
Okay,
Wait.
Yes.
One more question. You mentioned ProPublica.
Publica.
Did they make the recommendation of the fingerprinting?
No.
No, they did not, but they did discuss the fact that New York is one of the states that does not have background checks.
On that recommendation.
Okay. Any other comments? Negative votes?
In addition to Senator Stavisky's with that recommendation, we have Senator Krueger, Senator Peralta, and Senator Rivera with that recommendation.
We'll go without rank as well.
Okay, so Senator Parker also.
Bill is reported to Finance.
The next bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 7823A by Senator Laval. This bill would require that the state contribute 75% of the cost of existing capital critical maintenance for community colleges and 60% of capital costs for new construction on community college campuses. There are memos in support from NYSUT and SUNY. There are no memos of opposition, and if this bill is reported, it will be referred to Finance.
This was actually a SUNY recommendation that we do this bill. So, any comments, negative votes?
We have one negative from Senator Krueger and a without recommendation from Senator Peralta.
Okay, bill is reported.
The last,
That applies to both CUNY and SUNY, I assume.
yes, it's to community
Yes.
colleges. The last bill on the agenda is Senate Bill 7932A by Senator Laval. This bill would create licensure for pathologist assistants. There is a memo of support from the NYU Langone Medical Center and the Greater New York Hospital Association. There are no memos of opposition, and if this bill is reported, it will go to the floor.
Any comments? Negative votes?
Two without recommendation, Senator Krueger and Senator Proctor.
Bill is reported. Thank you. This is the last committee meeting. And have a good end of the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.